Hey guys, welcome to Gina B.
Okay.
Homeschool, I guess.
Okay. Hi friends, my name is Regina, Gina for short, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to invite you to do a lesson with us using Campfire Curriculums. And specifically, we're going to be using the unit, the camping unit. And we are super excited. We have been doing these lessons with our family. We plan to go camping with our family, and we're gonna vlog that, and we're just gonna learn all things camping. So if you're not familiar with what Campfire Curriculums is, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a flip through the camping unit. I'm also going to be just giving you a little overview of what we're gonna be doing for this specific lesson. We are doing lesson 9, I believe, today, and it's basically surviving the elements. So it should be an interesting one. I have a 7-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 9-month-old. So it's not gonna be something super serious, just something for us to have fun, even fun for us adults. So if you are a homeschool family, if you are not a homeschool family, and you want to do maybe a skilled type unit study, this is for you. It is such a great curriculum, guys. Such a great curriculum. We've been loving it so far. I feel like there's nothing out there like this. I will tell you a little bit about it as I flip through the unit, so you can kind of know what Campfire Curriculum is, if this would be a good fit for your family and whatnot. My husband is very camera shy, so we'll see how he does today. But if not, I will probably take the lead on this one. So if dad wants to get involved more into homeschooling, into, you know, doing things as a family, just some type of activity as a family, this definitely would be something that I feel would be really great for families. So let's get this started. Let's do a little flip through, and then let's do our lesson with us. So before I give you a flip through the Campfire Curriculums, I did do a little toddler activity binder for my son. I bought a summer bundle, and it came with this camping activity, and I believe it's from Mama Japan, and paints, pens, and crafts. So I just, because I bought this bundle, it came with this, I just kind of prepared it, and basically it has some camping songs that I can do with Michael, and I just put it in these page protectors, and then there's different activities in here that I just prepped with my laminator. I cut it up, so there's flashcards, there is like these letter identification, so this is backpack, B is for backpack, and then Michael can get a pin, and he can, you know, just pin whatever the first sound of the whatever we're talking about is. So this is B for backpack. He would just kind of clip that on, and there's a bunch of different camping ones. So this is lowercase letters, which is more of a challenge for him, but he's actually been doing very well. And this is flashcards, more about letter identification. And then we also have a number 1, so just count the items, and it's all camping related. So he just has to pin. I have different types of pins here for him, so he can just choose. We've been really liking this. And then we have a camping scavenger hunt that we'll do when we go camping. So this is kind of like a little binder that I put together for my my toddler, and he has been loving it. He loves singing the songs. He loves doing the activities. And honestly, I did this, but he's been participating with this too, guys. You're gonna see, he's been loving it. So we have been doing this, but my 2-year-old can definitely participate in this. He hasn't been, you know, feeling left out in any way. And the whole reason I made this binder is for him not to feel left out, but he can definitely participate in this, and you'll see that today. So I'm gonna give you a bit of a flip through Campfire Curriculums. If you haven't heard of Campfire Curriculums, it's basically a skilled-based curriculum, and it focuses on certain topics. Like this one is camping, and it's everything to do with camping. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a flip through. This is the elementary one. That's the one we're doing because Nicholas, he is 7, and we're just gonna do that one, but it comes with 4 different levels. It comes with elementary, it comes with middle school, high school, and adult. So you get 4 of them, and I got this all for $29.99. So basically you're paying for a lifetime of these curriculums. You're not only gonna get the elementary one, you're gonna get the middle school, high school, adult one. So you can go back to this unit when your kids are a bit older, and each of the specific levels will be targeted for, you know, that age group, right? So that's very, very nice, because we're probably gonna go back to this curriculum and do it again with my kids. And you pay one time for this. So I thought it was pretty cool. So this is the camping one. I just put it in a binder. You can put like a cover page on it. So I just printed it out with my color printer, kind of put the papers in here in these, I put it in these page protectors. And the reason I did this is just that my daughter, she's pretty violent. And if she grabs one of these, she has already grabbed some of them. You'll see that they're a little bit wrinkled, but if it wasn't for these page protectors, it would not be good. So let's give you a little flip through it. Just a little note to the student. It talks about how this curriculum works. There's the table of contents, so what to expect with each of the lessons. And then you go on and you have, you know, the first lesson number 1, that's how it's looking. And we are talking about forest and lake and beach, oh my. And I like it because it is Bible based. So there is going to be Bible quotes. Everything's going to be related to God. Obviously, you can do this curriculum if you're secular, because there's always a positive message. So you can definitely do this if you're secular, but I love that it's Bible based as well. So that's really nice. And then always ends with lessons learned. Lesson number 2, so where are we going? This one's a longer lesson. And basically they do mention that usually you should time 20 to 30 minutes for the lesson, and just stop the lesson, or keep on going if you want to. Like, my kids are not about that life of 20 minutes. They'll just keep on going and going. We have to kind of tell them, like, it's time to stop. But just giving a little flip through here, you'll see that this is a longer lesson. Just because it's long does not mean that you have to do all of it in one day. You can definitely break up the lessons. And the wonderful thing about this curriculum, it was made kind of in a way for families to come together, but to get dad more involved. So this curriculum was kind of made for dads. So I do like that. This is lesson 3, choose your spot. So talking about choosing, you know, a spot for your camping. And you'll see that was a smaller lesson. Then equipment prep, so the equipment that you'll need to go camping. And you'll see here that it'll even tell you how to pack, like what you should do first, what you should pack first. So that's kind of nice. And there's always lots of activities involved. So this one is to do with water, how you can make your own water filter. That's really cool. So, and after ends with the lesson learned. Same thing here, hitting the road and settling in. That's lesson number 6. They'll have beautiful pictures incorporated into the lesson. Again, lesson learned. This is the firecraft, to build a fire. And there's a family activity that you can do. This is so much fun, and super small lesson, but effective lesson, awesome lesson. And then always ends with like a faith talk. I love that. Who's hungry? So it just talks about different foods that you can bring while camping. Again, another nice picture here. There's sometimes picture studies and whatnot incorporated into it. So here we go into lesson 8. There's lots of activities involved. It even talks about stargazing over here. That's really nice. And then ends with the lesson learned. Survive the elements. And this is the one we're doing today. So we're going to be going over rain, flooding, and lightning. There is quite a bit of activities for this lesson, which I love. The science behind lightning. We're going to do an activity that has to do with flooding. And then we're also going to be talking about wind, and also an activity, how to build your tent. And that's going to be fun. We're going to have a different spin on it. You'll see what we're going to be doing with it. And then it ends with faith talk. So that's the lesson we're doing today. And then it ends with the lesson learned. Same thing here, lesson 10s, what could go wrong. So things that could go wrong and how you can deal with certain situations. So I like that. And it also always goes from the perspective of if you're going camping, you know, when you're in the forest, on the beach, so on and so forth. So it gives you different situations. There's a family activity, lots of activities for you to do. Help, I'm lost. That's a really good one. So lesson 11 is help, I'm lost. So what you do if you're lost. That's really good. So it'll give you all the steps that you should do if you are lost. Okay, ouch is lesson 12. So what happens if you get hurt? It even talks about cuts and scrapes, dehydration, break or sprain. and that's a pretty short lesson, but a very important one to talk about. The dirty duties. We talk about a schedule, the importance of a schedule, so that's really nice. Let's get ready to go. And then it has a little bit of a riddle in the end. That's kind of cute. And then it talks about a backyard adventure, because you can go camping in your backyard. If you don't have somewhere that you can go, that's definitely something you can do inside the house, just to make it kind of fun for kids as well, especially if they're too young. Maybe you have multiple kids that are very young. That's definitely something you can do. Your indoor camping adventure, see here, indoor camping, that's nice. And then they have recipes that maybe you can do while you're camping, and then they end with definitions with the maybe the harder words that maybe you want to define with your kids. So they have that, and then it's the end. So like I said, I put this in page protectors, but you can definitely just, you know, hole punch it and put it in a binder. This binder cost like $3. The page protectors came in a pack of 100. I think I didn't use all of them. There's still some left, and I just kind of double-sided it, and I use that just to keep just protected from my kids, my young ones. So this is something for life that I can reuse again. And so far, from my first impressions, from us doing the lesson so far, we've definitely been loving it, and I can't wait to show you how we do a lesson. So if you want to see how we do a lesson, just keep on watching, guys.
And today's lesson is surviving the elements. So let's start. It is so important to know how to survive the elements. Do you think a shallow or deep trench will move water the quickest? What do you think, Nicholas? Shallow or deep? Move the water faster. Think the shallow? I think deeper. What about you, Michael? Shallow or deep? Deep? Okay.
Deep.
And you?
I'm gonna say deep. Daddy
So
said deep.
Nicholas says shallow. So let's find out.
Okay guys, so we're going to be doing the activity right now about the trenches. My husband is going to be leading the activity. We're going to be showing you 2 activities that we're going to be doing today, so it should be fun.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
Okay, so what we learned is that the shallow water, the shallow trench, right? The shallow trench won.
Since the shallow trench drains the water faster,
Okay.
so seems to be working better. So
Yeah.
Nicholas was right.
Nicholas was right. Nicholas is the winner. So, okay, that was one of the experiments, and that's a good thing for us to know, right? If we are camping, it's good to know that if we are ever faced with that situation, we can build a trench. So now we're going to learn about lightning to survive the elements. So lightning likes to connect with tall things, which is why large buildings have lightning rods on top of them. When camping, you might be the tallest thing. How do you find cover? Nicholas, how can you find cover in camping?
By finding the smallest object.
A shorter tree maybe, right?
Or you stay to the ground.
Oh, that's good.
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
Then you stay to the ground.
So it says here, try to find shorter trees to stand by, where the biggest trees are away from you. This helps to give lightning a place to go. That's not you. Avoid camping next to a tall tree, as the lightning can pass through the tree and into you. If you have a vehicle close by, that is the safest place to be. Leave the tent and get inside the car. Okay. 50-yard rule. Be at least 50 yards from the tallest object around. How far is 50 yards? Nick, Jackie, do you know how far is 50 yards?
Also,
It says here, right now, pause and take about 75 normal steps, and that'll give you an idea. Want to do that? You're gonna take 75 steps. Okay, Nicholas is gonna show us what 50 yards is. So Nicholas is gonna show us what 50 yards is. Okay, Nicholas, we're gonna start from here, okay? We'll start from these flowers over here. So Nicholas, stay over here. And you're gonna take 75 steps. Ready? Go, normal steps.
Me alone, alone. I just feel so lucky. Alone, alone. Still can't believe you.
75, look, from here all the way up to that flower over there. That's 75, that's 50 yards. So 75 steps is 50 yards, all the way there. So we have to make sure that we're far away from the nearest tallest object. We should be 50 yards away. Let's race to see who's gonna get there first. 1, 2, 3, go. Race, 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 don't fall. So we just saw what 50 yards was, and that's pretty cool. So to know that we have to be 50 yards from the nearest tallest object, right? So what else can we do? Remove and avoid touching anything metal. That's really important. So avoid metal. And when all else fails, stand on your sleeping pad and crouch down with your feet together. This is called the lightning position and provides the best position for avoiding a strike. Okay, show me how, can someone show me? Can you demonstrate, Nicholas, the best position? Let me see yours. Let me see you, Michael. Wow, that's your crouch down position? Okay, good job. So it says that we can watch a video, so we'll watch that video later when we get inside the house. So, okay, so remind me, we can watch a video on, check out this link below that teaches about lightning. Learn about the fascinating phenomenon. Don't let yourself become a victim. Okay, so we'll watch that later. Okay, wind. Now we're gonna learn about wind. Homeschool Dad is gonna take this one. Okay, we're gonna learn about wind, how we can protect ourselves from surviving the elements, and the element will be wind now.
So what about tornadoes?
Okay, we'll see. We'll talk about it. Here, Chad.
Wind. Desert regions and those in high altitude have stronger winds. Tie down your important items
Oh, look,
so
the
they
wind is
don't
coming.
blow away. Do this before the wind comes.
The wind's coming.
The wind is participating. I haven't tied the gazebo properly. Good lesson. Do this before the winds come if you can. Imagine trying to navigate in the middle of the real wind. So you see the motorcyclists, the people that ride motorcycles, they always have their helmets with shields.
So Nicholas, tell us what hypothermia is.
It's when you get cold.
Yeah?
If you're like in the pool, like cold.
Yeah, it's when you're very cold, right? Okay, when your body's temperature drops, right?
Yeah, you can die from that.
Yeah, you
too.
can.
So when you combine wetness from sweat or rain and then stand in high wind,
Okay, so the other activity that we're going to be doing
something
is
in
that
yourself.
we're going to be creating a tent. Here it says for us to create a tent with like the small toothpicks and some like gumdrops or any type of candy, but we're doing something else. We're going to take this to the next level. We're going to create it with, we have these construction forts, and we're going to create a tent, and then we're going to put it to the test. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that, and we're going to show you the process. But before we do that,
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night.
so my husband has a leaf blower here. We're gonna check out if it's going to. What? Shehi! Shehi! You scared me! Oh, it's already going! Okay, our tent is not secure.
Can't believe you love me alone, alone. I just feel so lucky. Oh, 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 oh. Still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends. This being more than.
We're gonna finish it off with faith talk. So Campfire Curriculums, during the end of the lesson, each time it ends with some type of faith talk. So Nicholas is going to read this for us, okay? It's Exodus 14:15 to 16.
The Lord says to Moses, "Why do you cry to me? Tell the people of
Israel
to go forward, lift up your staff, and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it, that the people of Israel may go through the sea on dry ground."
Okay, good. When we are afraid of the natural elements of this earth, we must always remember that even in the scary and the bad times, God is always in control. We must turn to God first before relying on ourselves or giving into our own fears. This doesn't mean that God will always stop the storm. He will, however, always be present with us during it. Do you think this is true? Why or why not? So let's do a little discussion. Does that mean that bad things aren't going to happen when there's a storm? Like a storm meaning something bad in our lives happens. Is God going to be there for us? Yeah, He's going to be there for us.
But it doesn't mean that everything is going to be good.
It doesn't mean everything's going to be good, but when bad things happen, God will be by our side. We always have to remember that God is by our side, no matter, and pray to Him. That's one of the ways that we can do that, right? So God is in control of the weather, the skies, and the ground. But it doesn't always mean He stops the storm. We have to still have faith. However, He is big enough to stop any storm that comes our way. Okay friends, that is how we do a lesson using Campfire Curriculums, the Camping Unit. What did you guys think? I'm not sure how this turned out. This was a very crazy kind of day. Having a little baby, a toddler, and then, you know, things happen, but hopefully this video turned out okay. It gave you kind of a representation of how a lesson kind of looks like using Campfire Curriculums. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other videos. I do post weekly here on my channel. And also, just to note, we are going to be vlogging our camping experience. So make sure to follow us along. This will probably be the next video on my channel, and just camping with the family, showing you the good times, hopefully the good times that we have, and the adventure of camping with kids. It should be fun. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
More than friends, yeah. You know I'm here to stay.
Sing for mommy.
Are you happy and you know? Clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, you only want to know. You're happy and you know, puppy.
Wow. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I need to clap.
You need to clap your hands, that's why you're happy? Okay then.